Hello, everybody. Good evening from Panama. Another great day in the neighborhood. Got to hang out with some fellow crypto folks today. We had an ETH event in Casco Viejo, the old town. ETH.Panama, I think the 3 is supposed to be like Web3. Very interesting. Got to meet some cool people. Got to set up some new accounts for onboarding and offboarding cash at some very nice rates. So pretty excited about that. I'm just glad Panama's ahead of the game. Feel bad for those of you guys who live in other countries that you gotta beg your regulators to let you do stuff. But this is about tonight. It's all about HEX, guys. I'm pretty pumped. Let's see what you guys are up to. Good evening, Anders. Excited for tonight's stream. Always great. Z, appreciate that. What up? Not quite through RH Max interview yet. Awesome so far, though. Bright light. Appreciate that. Yeah, we had a blast today. Hey, Randy, thank you for doing the stream. Really appreciate you sharing your knowledge and great storytelling ability. Tex Hex, you're welcome, man. Turn the AC off to make it too much noise. Had to work yesterday, caught the replay of your show last night today. What the fuck on the die? Yeah, exactly. What the fuck on die? That pissed me off. Please say you have some good news tonight, my friend. Yeah, I got good news. If you guys want to come to Panama, it's getting really easy for crypto down here. We now have an account where we could onboard and offboard at 1.8%. Swing. We've been paying 4% for 10,000 and above, and 8% for between 1,000 and 2,000 for the longest time. So 1.8%. Holy hell, man! That changes the whole dynamic. Wow, that's cool. So pretty excited about that. Carlos, good to see you. Hi, Doug. 777, what a great day. Yeah. What's up? What's up? If you guys have not seen today's show with RH Max, we had so much fun. Our banter back and forth is pretty good. What's good morning from India? Good morning, Sandeep. I hope you are doing good today. Good evening, Corey. Great thumbnail. Yeah, I thought it was funny. Get into the Halloween thing, you know. Hello, Mr. Randy. What are your thoughts on Cult and Revolt? I'm thinking of buying some. I have Cult. I got airdropped Revolt. So, hey, what's your tolerance, guys? Yes, it's a tax token, but this tax token goes and buys other projects. And when they do sell the tokens in the future, I don't know exactly how it works, but it all goes back to the Cult holders, and they're building a layer 1 with privacy. So I think that's pretty cool. That's why I own Cult. One of the very few coins I own outside of the RH ecosystem. Tintop, what's up? Hex Game, Nate, good evening. David's always saying about time. About time I show up. Guys, I'm not going to be here tomorrow night, though. Tomorrow night I have a quinceanera. For those of you who do not know, in the Latino culture, when a girl turns 15, it is big business. And my friend's daughter is turning 15 tomorrow. So we're having a big event at one of the hotels for her. It's going to be a grand old time. So I will not be home in time to do a live stream. And if I did, I probably would be drunk, and it would be too entertaining for you. And I would probably put a lot of stupid shit up, and you guys would clip it and get me in trouble. So I'm not doing that. Randy's a funny drunk, and I'll get myself in trouble. Good evening, Senor Hilarski. Hex in action. Yes, Pepe. Yes, Hex is doing great. Can't wait for Richard to make his own country so we can live on it. Yeah. Good evening, y'all. Hi, Victory. The Beached Whale on RH Max today. You talked about the number of X's you think Pulse and Pulse X are going to do as they go to our X's. What do you think Hex will do? Okay, Hex. We're at 5 cents right now. If we went 100X, that'd be $5, right? Well, let's be conservative and say we only do 50X in the next bull run. Will you guys be happy with 50X? I'll be happy with 50X. I actually only have, between now and the end of 2025, I have 2 stakes coming out, and neither of them are big. So I really don't care what HEX does. I'm going to miss it because my stakes are so far out. My average is now 10 and a half years. Can I make money from 5,000 in HEX? I just told you the math there. If we go to 250, that's a pretty decent amount of money for you. It's what, 11 grand? Now stake that and stake that for 10 to 15 years and just forget about it. Who knows what you're going to have? That could be ridiculous. What's up, people? Highlights out. Look, I want to say something about this. I had 1 stake last year, 1 stake, and it was only a $400 stake originally. And when it came out, it was worth almost 150K. And that was in 2 years. All right. Now your stake at the current price is $250, right? Am I correct about that? It's almost what I had. What if it took 4 years to get to that point? Just saying. And how high can HEX go from now? Thanks, Dave. Next bull run, I'm thinking we'll go to $200.50 seems fair. And that's going to be the regular HEX. That's going to be on Pulse Chain. Then you're going to have your EHEX, which could be worth, I don't know, 1/2 of that, maybe $1.25 or maybe $1. And then you have your ETH POW, your ETH Fair. Maybe each of those gets to a penny or two. Look, you guys, so much opportunity right now. We are in a bear market. Bear markets are nasty. It just happens that we're up 40% or so off the bottom, or maybe more than that. I don't even know what it is now, but we're looking pretty good. But don't get your hopes up that the bear market's over. Just be prepared that the price is going to dip back down again and get ready to DCA. Randy, no drunk stream. Randy, no Big Pep. Big Pep, he could come back from the bar and do a live stream, and it's funny as hell. I can't do that. I loosely, you know, my friend of mine, one of my girlfriends used to say I had loose lips. Loose lips sink ships. That's not good. Still doing well on the health journey. Absolutely. Absolutely. Took my blood pressure today. It's the lowest I've seen it probably in 10 years. So I'm pretty happy. Can we take bets of the price of gas in California after the midterms? Well, it depends on who wins, Davis, right? But you guys are screwed either way. Two sides of one knife. You're still getting stabbed. How do we calculate 10,000x from 3 cents? 10,000x would be $30, I think. Right, guys? 3 cents to $30 would be 10,000x. Pretty sure. If I'm wrong, tell me. Or it could be $300. Everybody talking about HEX. I'm just watching my ICOSA bags. Dude, Steven, our ICOSA bags are doing good. And I have a bunch of ICOSA liquid right now, like 3,000 ICOSA just sitting there doing nothing. But I don't want to stake them all in one big chunk. So I need to stake them and break them up into different smaller chunks so I don't have to wait 90 or more than 90 days to unstake them. But yeah, ICOSA is just banging it out, man. Loving it. Hey, Randy, found D. Joe Blow Crypto, you found your D? That's a good thing, man. Richard, be proud. I forgot who it was, but this guy dumped all his HEX at 20 cents, but said it will hit $10 next bull. Well, if he dumped it all at 20 cents and bought it back at 3, he's doing pretty good. Hi, Paul. Found you 8 months ago, and you have saved me thousands. I bow to you, sir. Okay, Joe Blow. All right, cool. I think it would have been better for the price performance of both Pulse and PulseX if PulseX were released after Pulse. It seems like it's diluting the available capital by having them both launched together. Yes, but you need an exchange. So if we didn't have an exchange, what would we do? We would just sit there without being able to swap coins at all. That's the thing. Maybe we'd be in the situation like ETH POW and having to rely on something like Kyber Network. And Kyber Network is just not freaking working. So I have to use a new version of Uniswap that just launched. So relying on third parties and hoping that their applications work it just doesn't make sense when we can have something like PulseX that we know is going to work from day one. Budding Guru, good day, mate. Hey, Marianne. How you doing, ma'am? Ted Nelson. Tripod, $300. $300 is 10,000X. Okay, cool. $30 is 1,000X. All right. Hedron and Icosa are going to burn so much hex. Hex is going to become insanely scarce. Yeah. But when you say burn means that we're punting it out 15 years and it's earning more hex over those 15 years. So it's burning, but we have to remint it after the 15 years. Just remember that, folks. It's not burnt forever. It's like being reborn. Can we please do a post pub, Randy, tomorrow? I can help you produce if you want safety. It's not a pub, man. It's a quinceanera. So there's going to be lots of little girls running around in their dresses, and they're going to be the one birthday. It's her birthday. And it's going to be all about her, and we're all going to worship her for a night because that's what a quinceanera is like. If you guys don't know what a quinceanera is, look it up on YouTube. It is out of control. It is supposed to be the night of the night for girls. Latinas. Can they launch a token after the actual DEX in RE2PL6? Victory, I don't quite understand. Can they launch a token after the actual DEX? I don't know what that means. Sorry. Hello, Crypto King. Good morning, Japan. Can't wait to see the yield in Icosa once the auction start. Yeah. Yes. I can't wait either. If you guys got your Icosa staked, get ready. It's going to get really delicious. I'm thinking maybe 25% a day you're going to earn for a little while until the initial stake starts slowing down. But those Icosa stakes are going to do really good. So are the WhatsApp. If you have WhatsApp NFTs, those are going to do very well too. Hex Asians for the win into house. Boom. Crypto King representing the Hex Asians. Do you think Pulse Chain is going to run like crazy day one? Yeah. Day 5656, absolutely. Everybody wants in, man. It's like that nightclub, and you got the bouncer outside, and the bouncer was the sacrifice phase, and everyone wants in. The only people that got any Hex or any Pulse Chain are the people that are already in the club. So people got to get it from those guys. And some of them aren't going to sell. There's a few guys out there that'll just like dump half their bags, and they'll willingly let you pay 10 times more than you probably should. But we'll see. But after those 15 years, it might be advantageous to turn those fat stakes into HSIs and sell for Icosa again. Hex Bear? Yes. I think Crypto Sloth, if he was here, he would totally agree with you on that. Just keep the Hex off the market. If we can keep doing that, woohoo, yes. Do you think the HSI auction day will drive Hex up? I don't know if it'll drive Hex up. Maybe if people feel the need to take the Hex they have and restake, but almost all of those are 55 stakes. So nothing's really coming to market. When would you sell your Icosa? You sell your Icosa when you need money, because I think that's the one to sell rather than selling your Hex. And your Hedron. Hedron's another good one to sell. With Hedron going to lift off once the auction start in mid-November. Yeah, Crypto King, I thought it was going to start already. I thought that we were going to get going, but this Hex pump came as a surprise. So I think people are selling their Hedron right now to get it in on the Hex pump, and it's kind of slowing down the Hedron pump, which is, I guess, it's normal reaction. It makes sense because a lot of people have liquid Hedron, right? Or they could just mint it, sell it for Hex because there's a Hex Hedron pair. It just makes it really easy to go into Hex. But I'm actually going the other way. I'm moving into Hedron. I think Hedron's going to have a nice run. If it doesn't, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll get minted new Hedron every day. Is Panama a tax haven for crypto? What are the rules? Are you going to be a citizen? Yes, Joseph, I will be a citizen here someday, probably in the next year. And it's not, I wouldn't call it a tax haven for crypto. It's a money haven for everybody. That's why it's always on the gray list. Countries hate Panama, but countries also have to deal with Panama because so many of their politicians, the ones that tell you to do something and they do the other, they put their money in countries like Panama. If you guys remember the Panama Papers, a couple of years back, a couple of the big politicians around the world got busted for putting their money in Panama. Remember the Prime Minister of Iceland? He got busted and he got sacked right away. I can't remember the other ones, but there was a bunch that got in trouble for having their money here. But like I said, they're not going to legislate Panama out of being a haven just because so many of them have their money down here. Once PLS launches, I'm planning on buying the PLS lows and building a huge bag, then swapping to PLS once it slows and PLS. Yeah, exactly. That's I'm not gonna say it's easy to do, but if you can pull it off, if it's, say for example that Pulse is 5 or 6x more expensive than Pulse X, that's called ratio trading, then for sure, and it could be a good bet to move into Pulse X. But Pulse Chain still could go another 10x. That's the part you're taking a risk of. Candle chasers always make me laugh. Yeah. People chasing the candles right now. I'm in my position. I've already decided what I'm going to do, what I'm waiting on. If Pulse Chain's announced, Hex is going to go on a run. If Pulse Chain is not announced in the next couple of weeks, or at least the version 3 testnet, then it'll probably come back down post-election, and we'll retest the lows, and then we'll have our true pump. That's what I'm thinking. Bought a 4-year supply of Hedron based on my Hex and staked it another address. My main address is matured for auctions. Very cool, poor man's. I think Hedron's going to do very well, especially if Hex does well. If Hex does 10,000x, what do you think Hedron's going to do, guys? Big into PLS SAC, but concerned losing appeal as POS already done ETH 2.0. Low fees alone enough for big excitement. What other features am I forgetting about? When version 3? Thanks, Randy. Mr. J, faster, more throughput, and lower fees. Those are the 3 things that we're going to be getting that I know of. And all the upgrades that come to Ethereum now, we're going to get them too, which is probably the coolest thing, because that way Richard doesn't have to go hire a bunch of devs to upgrade Pulse Chain all the time. He's got all the ETH guys and Ethereum Foundation working hard. And whenever a new update comes out, a couple days later, the Hex team could go to GitHub, look at the code, see what they want to optimize for Pulse Chain, and add it to Pulse Chain. Simple as that. That is cool. People were forgetting that this is going to make things much easier for Pulse Chain in the future. Make ours. We're going to be like baby Ethereum 2.0, or hopefully we're the big brother. But ETH came first, so let ETH be the big brother. We're the baby one, but we get all the attention. That's what I'm hoping for. Where am I? Okay. So hard to keep track of all of it. I'm spinning like a top, trying not to puke. Hexy Nubican, yeah. Yeah. Imagine for a second when Hex launched, when all this was new, when Hex and RH was new to us, and his ideas were just made my head explode. And that was just Hex. Now we have Hex, Pulse Chain, Pulse X, a new wallet coming, and all this other stuff. And it's just, I got all these projects that are going to be on Hex, Liquid Loans, Fiat.io, Mintra. I mean, yeah, just mind-blowing. It's going to become a new job. And that's why I feel like I need to be here, just to educate, keep people on the straight and narrow. If Hex would have launched with Hedron and Icosa and all that from the beginning, oh my God, it would have been so hard to grasp. I don't expect people, like there's people that I onboarded into Hex. I haven't even told them about Hedron, and I onboarded them 2.5 years ago. I'm just going to let me know, because I know I staked everybody out 10 to 15 years. When it's about time, that first 10 years come up, I'm going to call them up and be like, hey, look, remember that Hex stake I made for you guys? You put in like $2 or $3 grand, and now it's 10 years later, and now that thing's worth $500,000. Well, you also got to mint your Hedron. Then they're going to mint your Hedron, and it's going to be like 50 grand or something. I don't know. Imagine that's how it is. I made some missteps in Googling Quinceanera, and now I have to delete history. Lazy Hex kid. How the hell did you mess that up? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be condescending. It's not the easiest thing to spell. It's another language. All right, let me go through what I wanted to show you guys. Dun, dun. All right. Real footage of plebs coming back to Hex after getting wrecked on shitcoins. That's exactly how it is, man. You gotta be careful who you follow. You know, the one that's bothering me the most is Nagabo. Nagabo's complaining and stuff. I remember how he was when he left the XRP community. He was like really mean as he left the XRP community. You can tell the future by someone's past a lot of times. I love this. This is John Hex Briasco. He said yet another member. He can't wait for the day I'm onboarding. I'm onboarding when I'm retired and I'm on vacation for life. Getting all of his co-workers into Hex. Genius, man. Get everyone around you. Simple as that. I like this one by Marco. This is a train in India. Everyone's running or pushing to get on the train. It's the Thane station. I don't know exactly what city that's in. Well, it's probably Mumbai or something like that. But look how nuts that is. That's just like they do in Tokyo. Everyone's fighting to get on the train. That's gonna be it's gonna be like when Hexkins, when everyone's trying to get into Pulse Chain. Once Pulse Chain comes out, everyone's gonna try to get back into Hex. That's exactly what it's gonna look like. Can you imagine? All right, Hexy Bastard tweeted the old psychology of a market cheat sheet. He said, I'm seeing a lot of people say this is a fake pump. Bear market for Hex probably over, in my opinion. Well, I'm not convinced that we're over. We could be having this little pump just coming out of anger, and we have this nice little pump back into sanity where we feel good again, and then we go into depression. But this depression phase might not be too long. It might only be 2-3 months, and then this right here is like right over here. So this begins the new run up. All right. So that's what I'm hoping. I don't know what you guys think. And then we got Richard, the big FU. I love it. You can't avoid Hex. Hex is everywhere. We are omnipresent on the interwebs. So if people want to ignore us, they can all they want, but we're all over the place. How do you guys like my new shirt? Geez, let me go over here. It says DeFi, decentralized finance. On the bottom, it says essential elements of financial freedom. When I was at this event today, the ETH Panama, it was really funny because almost every booth there was a centralized booth, and every person I talked to, they're like, "Oh, did you get an account for this? You should set something up here." I'm like, "Dude, it's centralized. So my wife got an account at Tower Bank. Tower Bank is crypto friendly here in Panama. They announced it, unlimited in and out. So if you want to send $300,000 from your MetaMask to the bank, they'll take it. And they'll turn it into our USDC or USDT, whatever you want. You send it, and they'll change it to whatever you want, or to dollars, obviously. And you can use that to buy a house, buy a car, whatever. And the girl that was signing my wife up today, she's like, "Oh, I need your information for your address for USDC and USDT on Binance." And my wife said, "Baby, what's our information?" I'm like, "We don't use that." And the girl looked at me and she looked real confused. She couldn't get it. She's like, "What do you mean you don't use Binance?" I said, I don't use centralized exchanges. And she goes, "Well, what do you use?" And my wife's like, "Well, we have Kraken." I'm like, "We never use it." I said, I'm not telling them that information. They don't need to know it. She's like, "Well," the girl's like, "Well, I just need an account." I said, "Exactly. All you need is an Ethereum address. This is our Ethereum address." And I just gave her one that I happen to have. I said, "Just put this down. It's a wallet we never use. We'll just connect that wallet to it." Like, how freaking hard is this? These people have a centralized mindset, and we have to educate. Me, my education is sarcasm. I was kind of an asshole about it because after the third time she's asked me the same freaking question, I'm answering the same question the right way 3 times. She finally understood. Oh, I just need an address for your crypto, where the crypto is going to come from. Oh, here we go. Granted, the whole conversation was in Spanish, so it's a little bit of a maybe she didn't understand what I was saying in Spanish, but we finally got to it. But it's like peeling a freaking onion. Jeez. Even my wife couldn't understand what I was saying. It's like, look, we just use MetaMask. That's it. That's all. It's just a wallet and a MetaMask. Simple. Randy does get frustrated sometimes, but it's because of that kind of stuff. Hexanubican, welcome. Glad you're in the comments. Yeah, I think we got a dead kitty drop coming, of course. But that's after the elections, after the what's it called? The lunar eclipse that's coming on the 8th. Are you minting your Hedron for your hex stakes? Yeah, Ryan. Thanks for the reminder. But after what happened to me last week, I went through and I minted everything that I had just so I don't forget. So now I'm just going to go through and mint everything once a month because I missed out on a nice chunk of change last week or 2 weeks ago. Poor man's investing. Just dumped yours for fair. ETH. Okay, you're talking about, what are you talking about? Your Hedron or your Hex? You dumped it for Ethereum fair? That's a fair play because Ethereum fair could pump because Justin Sun's known to do that. James Shell, 777. Pulse Chain or PulseX, which one do you like? I think PulseX is going to perform better over the next couple of years. Pulse Chain is going to perform better in the short term. When I say short term, I mean first 90 days, and long term in like the 10-year mark. It's going to just, it's a layer one. And if Richard gets what he wants and we're like the little brother to Ethereum, sky's the limit, guys. If it's up to us as the marketing team, right? We're like the Pulse Chain Foundation. Those of us, the streamers, the content creators, the Twitter guys, we're the ones putting the word out. It's up to us whether people know about Pulse Chain or not and the opportunities. How often UDCA into Hedron? Well, I bought more today. I'm sitting on probably about 2 billion Hedron right now. What's up with the 777? Is that good luck or something? Yeah, that comes from Jake's crew. No, he is not. Here's what I'm missing. If it's just the new 2.0, what will make ours PNW? Faster, more throughput, cheaper fees. That's what we get. 77 was lucky in the number for Guardian Angels. Yeah, if you guys watch Jake, it's his thing. Randy's our Panamanian guardian angel, always looking out for us. Thank you, Randy. You're welcome, NJ Money. And two, if you guys don't want to live here, but you want to set up shop down here, come on down. You know, you could set up a trust or a corporation or something and make sure that you could do all your crypto transactions from Panama. Get yourself a nice debit card and just live off of it. Ooh, Jay Perry. Aren't you optimistic? That'd be cool. Naga did this before, after BPD. I'm actually surprised it took him so long. Yeah, he kind of loses. He gets angry easy. He slices and dices. Very much appreciate your streams, Randy. Mr. J, you're welcome. When importing coins to the wallet on the ETH-P and ETH-F networks, where do you find the hex address to copy? It's the same address, TextX. It's the same one. So you can go to CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko and just copy and paste the contract address because it's the same contract address. KG was on Corey's stream earlier discussing his new wallet coming, Future Wallet Dividend, which is different from the wallet dividend token, will be a decent flow of airdrops, his description. Cool. Cool, Paul. What decentralized exchange can you buy, swap, Hedron, ETH, POW? POW? That's Uniswap. There's a ETH, POW Uniswap tripod. I got a funny story. When I was stationed in Sigonella, Sicily in 1993 and again in 94, we had a Beagle on base. And if you guys know what the CBs are like the construction guys in the U.S. Navy. They build airfields, they build barracks, they do all that kind of stuff. And it's funny because they're in the Navy, but they build stuff. So when we go on a beachhead and we take a beach with the Marines, you'll have the Marines go do the fighting, and then CBs will be building the hospital and the airfield and all that kind of stuff. And they had a dog. It was actually the base dog, but the CBs are the one that fed him. His name was Tripod because he only had 3 legs. And he was so cute, man. He'd just always be hopping around base. He had the 2 back legs and the 1 front. And he'd say hi to everybody. Oh, God, that's memories. Tripod. Thank you, Human Hex Trafficker. I got my new load of swag today. I got a couple of hats. I got a Hex hat. I got this one with all 3 Hex, Pulse X, and Pulse Chain. It's got hex.com, pulsechain.com, pulsex.com. I got the one that was just Hex, and I got a couple t-shirts from the Hex merch guys. Yeah, thank you. I personally think everything will pump through the election, then everything will dump, except Hex will keep on rallying until dump on Pulse Chain launch. Well, Hex Bear, if we want that to happen, we need version 3, or at least version 3 to be announced, right? That it's coming in a week or 2. Good Lord, I wish I had a bank like that in America. Yeah, exactly. I think Silverstone Bank in California, you can do them. They'll let you take out a shit ton of money. Hex is king. Yes, it is. TextX 5555, W and F are the same address as your ETH main, different networks. Yep. The thing that needs to change is your networks, not the Hex address. Hex is 100%. Yep. My private photo here. What? How the hell? Scammers. My wife has no clue either. Yeah. Mine does, but she has the clue, but she can't grasp. And I don't expect her to. So I just have to have everything set up shop. You know, I have to have it all planned out for her in case something happens to me. Because it's too much. Even my mom, she knows everything. She knows how to, all I have to do is give her like a step-by-step where everything is. My mom knows how to do it all. So mom's almost 70 years old. She knows how to get done. Pon las monedas en tu cartera caliente. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to keep your stuff in a hot wallet. Not a good idea. That's what that means. Weber says, don't keep your crypto in a hot wallet. Hot wallet is like on your phone. Don't do it. I forgot to mint a stake that had the 10x bonus. Yeah, Hex Bear. That's what I did. That's what Randy did. And I'm ashamed because I know better. Can you give more information on Tower Bank? Can you use them anywhere in the world? You can use your card anywhere in the world, just like we were just on Europe. We were in Europe for 3 months, and my wife was using our credit cards, and I was using my credit cards the whole time. It's no different. It's just a regular bank account, and you get the credit card with it. Check them out. Hex Bear. Yeah, even in today's USD value, it was quite upsetting. What was that? Oh, yeah, exactly. Missing out on these 10x Hedron bonus stakes and unstaking them and not taking out your Hedron. We are so fortunate to be early with these times. Yeah, Pepe, I'm telling you, you guys are going to be very thankful. If I thought I was late, I'm actually not. No. This next bull run is going to be the bull run of bull runs. Okay, I want to share something with you guys. I think that Sam Bankman-Fried of FTX and his goon, the Leary guy, O'Leary, what's his name? Kevin O'Leary. He's his goon because Kevin O'Leary is going all over every talk show saying that we need government to oversee and we need guidance from the Fed and that kind of stuff on cryptos. Even though I don't agree with them. One thing I do agree that Kevin O'Leary is saying is when stable coins are regulated, once they're truly regulated, it's going to bring in so much money into the crypto sphere. Ridiculous shit ton of money into the crypto sphere. And that money is going to trickle into quality crypto. And one of those quality cryptos is going to be Hex, and the other one's going to be Pulse Chain, and the other one's going to be Pulse X. So as much as I dislike the idea of having institutional money coming into crypto, I know it's going to pump the hell out of the whole space. So if we do have regulation prior to the big pump in this next bull run, hold on to your pants. It's going to get crazy. Somebody had a guide on Twitter about how with a certain browser add-on to add script that pops up reminding you to mint Hedron on hex.com. Just use Icosa. Use the Icosa app. You can't mess up if you use the Icosa app because it reminds you right there. I stopped using the hex.com. I'm going to be using Icosa for now on. Happened to me too. Same with Randy. We forgot to mint Hedron before ending a stake. Goodness gracious. Everyone's doing it. Yeah, I have a hard time for getting free money. You would think, but I was just excited that I had this huge stake coming out. And yeah. Oh, Naga, my Naga. Love his antics. He's a goofball. Randy, I'm convinced the BTC streamer Sam Crypto Lifer buys Hex but never charts it in his streams or tells his followers. Z, there's a lot of people like that. They're embarrassed. They're afraid to get canceled like I got canceled. Let me be your manager. I got canceled. And I lost like 2,000 followers on Twitter. It really stunk, you know. And to cap it all off, Andreas Antonopoulos, who I knew personally, called me a scammer because I had Hex in my profile. And he knew I was a scammer because I had Hex in my profile. That's what he said. Oh, really? Okay. Sticky notes on the crypto laptop. Fuck the world. Oh, God. Bear market, good time to take a loss and move funds to self-direct IRA and buy Hex. System notes. Very cool. Risky, but very cool. First time live. It's 2 p.m. Thursday here. So excited to see Hex price rising towards Pulse Chain launch. Dave down under. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Wait till version 3 is announced. You probably see a 2x from there. And then once Pulse Chain is actually ready to launch, I'll probably do another 2x. At least I hope so. That'd be cool. Mud Hog. Yeah. Thank you. I like these hats. The guys at Hex Merch do a good job, and I always buy the dad hats. I don't like the like Crypto King, you know, the flat bill, you know, the baseball style hats. I'm not a fan of those. Many have Hex and don't talk about it. Unfortunately, Hex doesn't pay these no integrity streamers so much about the people. They help themselves. Yeah, I know. I met a guy when I was at Anarchapulco in 2020. And I had done my presentation. At the end of my presentation, it was a picture of my wife and I at the beach at Acapulco, and I had my Hex hat on. And I told everyone, look, everybody, this is my favorite crypto, Hex. Even though the Crypto Vigilante had already put out that Hex was a scam, I did it, you know, just to piss him off. And a guy came up to me afterwards, and he told me he had like 100 million Hex at the AA. And I was like, are you kidding me? He goes, yeah, I sold it on a 10X though. I'm like, oh my God. I felt bad for him, but you know, he could have easily been the guy that made the video. I sold my Hex, but he was still happy. He had a ton of money off of it. And some people, they don't need it. They don't need more. They're happy. Many have Hex on, yeah. Practice sex shirt had me rolling. Paul, that was today, guys. That was during a live stream with RH Max. Somebody typed in a quote, and it said, practice safe sex, learn a dex or something like that. Practice safe sex, use a dex. There you go. I thought that was really cool. Thanks, Hex. I need all the money I can get to DC and the Hex in this bear market. Yeah, exactly. There's a dog in my building that also has 3 legs, and the owner calls him tripod. I chose the moniker years ago as I was a freelance videographer. Ah, okay, cool. One European trip again? I don't know. Maybe we'll go for Christmas next year. We like the Christmas markets in Vienna. And last time we went, my son was too young to walk on his own. He was still in a stroller, right? And next year he'll be almost 6, so it'll be really enjoyable. And we love Vienna and Prague and that whole area. Switzerland. I'd love to go see Switzerland for Christmas. Always have a backup plan or two. Yeah, always. My mom's 80 and she's been in crypto for 7 years. She forgets things and I help her out. Damn straight. Just got to be there to remind them. We need a shirt that says, "Don't forget to mint your hedron." I can only imagine the looks of people's faces at a meetup reading that. Yeah, don't forget. Especially if you're early hedron guy, it's got a 10x or a 7x or a 9x. That would really stink to miss those. Lost some T-shares, so I need to work hard. Did he say? Me too. I lost T-shares. I'll be so hilarious. I can envision that funny image. Yeah. I'm here, so therefore you're not canceled. Thank you, Russ. I appreciate that. What do you think of Zen Torrent? There you batch claim up to 100 wallets, and it's an NFT that you can sell on OpenSea. Lex, look, I'm not impressed with Zen. The adoption part is cool, but I mean, how long is it going to take for this thing to be worth something? It could be a long freaking time. And by then, the notoriety could really wear off. We don't know. Version 2 out nearly a year after version 3. We'll still be waiting. Yeah, Simba. Yeah, it's called software. It took me 2 years to get my stuff almost launched, and then right at the end, I said, "You know what? Screw this. I'm canceling my whole project and paying back my my investor. So I can't do this. I'm not. I don't want to be a. I don't want to be a founder. At least the founder of what I was doing." Let's see. Let's look at the charts. Your favorite part of the night, guys. This is Aurochs. GetAurochs.com is where you can get this. I use the Aurochs indicator. It tells you, let me give you a reminder, guys. So there's some new folks here. Under Aurochs, there's the Aurochs indicator. It's our in-house indicator, which predicts the entry point at 70% plus accuracy. Activate it and follow the simple long and short arrows to realize profits today. Very cool. And I'm also using the demand index. This indicator is one of the most powerful indicators in a trader's tool set. Unfortunately, most charting platforms do not support it or have incorrect algorithms. Cough, cough. They're talking about TradingView. In general, the cross above or below the zero line can signal a change in trend. Therefore, if we see the DI line crossing the zero line up or down, it could signify a shift in the market. And fear and greed overlay sentiment on the entire crypto market directly onto the chart. When fear is high, find the perfect long entry points. When greed is high, short the market and watch the money roll in. So those are I use all the proprietary ones because I think they're very cool. So this is Bitcoin on the monthly. It's actually looking very nice. Look at this. Just a couple more of these, and if the demand index goes above zero, we could easily finally get a green Aurochs indicator on the monthly, because it's been a long time. It's been a year since we've had a green indicator. Let's go shorter term here. Let's go on the daily. Look at this. This is looking really good. We've got a nice run up for the last 6 days. Buy indicator. The DI is looking really good. I think going into the elections, we're going to have crypto and stock market. Everything's going to look really nice. I don't know about afterwards, though. Ethereum, this is daily. This looks a little bit better than Bitcoin's. Everything's looking nice. The AI is looking nice, too. Let's go to the weekly. Nice. Also have a green indicator, and it's confirmed. Just crossed over with the DI. Remember, I just showed you the instructions. Once it crosses over, that means the trend is changing. The AI is going up, and it looks like the fear and greed is going to more changing towards less greed, I should say, because hasn't gone to positive yet, or less fear, I should say. Here's HEX. This is on the hourly. We don't look at the hourly. See how if you try to do this with a coin like ours that has such little volume, you're probably going to get wrecked. The Aurochs indicator is not meant to be used on anything less than the weekly. So let's go to the weekly. Boom. All right, there we go. Looking good. We've been green for that many weeks. Can you believe it? That's amazing. The AI is looking good. The DI is heading right back towards zero. That's great. Cross that over. That means the trend is changing. Look how long we've been in this trend. So we've been in this trend since 14 February, and it looks like we're getting ready to pop over. And if that happens, it could be the end of the bear market for HEX. Anybody who's saying that we're out of the bear market yet is, it's kind of like they're shooting their load a little bit early, I think. But if this continues and it goes through this, maybe by November 15th or so, then I'll agree that we're done. We're back into the green. All right. Hedron, just on the daily, we do have a sell here, but remember that doesn't matter because it's too short of a term. The AI did drop under zero, or did drop under the red, so that's not too good. The demand index is still looking great. The weekly AI just went below the green, or it's just crossing right now, and the DI is still looking good, and we're still a green indicator for the weekly. So like I said, the indicators do not know about the ICOSA auctions. So it's kind of like a secret that we only know about, right? Because the computers don't know. They don't understand. So overall, the markets are looking pretty good. I mean, if I didn't know about the craziness that's happening in the world right now with the elections, with the war, with the energy crisis, with the inflation, with the Fed raising rates, I would think everything was great if I only looked at the charts. But there's a problem. I know what's happening around the rest of the world. I'm paying attention to the macro, and the macro is fucking ugly. So we have to pay attention to that. Just be careful. If you know you need a certain amount of money to live for the next 6 months, I would probably be in stables around election time, just to be careful, because you don't want to be stuck with your pants down. AA, what an idiot. What's that? What's AA? Their face saying, I forgot my 100,000. Yeah. Jeez. For the win. F the world is a new one. Pepe might be fighting words on that shirt. What are you guys talking about? Stand for what you believe. Mudhog, definitely. Still trying to swap cross-chain and DeFi, starting with only ETH to buy something like DO dot. Don't want another sex account just to get new coins. Yeah, system notes. It stinks. I can't stand it. Like this guy I met today, Spanish gentleman. He might even be watching because I told him where to find my live streams. He was telling me about a new project that he's launching out of Dubai. He lives part-time here in Spain or in Panama. And he told me that they're going to be building something like what DOT has. So they're going to have their own blockchain. And anybody who comes to their system and they want to build something, they can just copy the blockchain, their system, and they get it. I'm like, my God, my head was just like exploding. I'm people, there's going to be so many blockchains out there. It's going to be so confusing. That's why you need to stick to one or two. For us, it's Ethereum and Pulse Chain, and just blow it out of the water. Do a really good job learning those, and you'll probably be very wealthy. How could RH say he's ready to launch in May when there was no version 3 then? Now it's version 3 coming soon. I'm skeptical. Simba, it's okay to be skeptical. No one said you don't have to be skeptical. Version 3 could be out for 2 weeks and we could be ready to go too. That's the thing. Got the zeolite down 35 pounds since June from 222, doing full keto and fasting, 15 to go to my high school weight. It works. Mr. J, damn. Nice. You will sell on launch, Simba. Yeah, Mud Dog. Yeah, probably. Clintrones. Howdy Randy nearly missed this one. It's okay. You can always watch the replay, even though the replay is not as exciting. I know I just wanted to buy back some of the numbers I lost. Yeah. I feel the same way. I think I'm down like 60 T-shares. Where do I check my ICOSA loan payments? I don't know. I'm sure it's on the ICOSA app. There's a whole bunch of stuff on the ICOSA app. So when you're on the ICOSA app, you pull up, there's the HEX section, there's the Hedron section, and then there's the ICOSA section. I didn't know you could borrow against ICOSA, though. I think you can. I think you're talking about the Hedron payments. IMD wallet project. I sacked for that. Massive income doesn't hurt by just holding. IMD, is that KG's project? It's on all chains. That's cool. Yeah, I think that's what my boys are doing too over at Aurochs. That is cool. If in Germany you need to go to Rottenburg, Christmas City. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I just love Christmas. Christmas is my favorite holiday. I should dress up like Santa. I think I'd be a good Santa. Jolly Randy. I had fun spending some of mine with a friend in Seattle, so it was worth it. I missed, but I've become a big fan of KG. He's got some great ideas. I've watched a couple of his videos. KG is Internet Computer, I think ICP, or he's got a Internet Money. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I don't know. I can't remember what project this is. Hexwick to 6 cents. Did it? Nice. It's okay. They're doing another one of the multi-chains, a future one, all in one. The pulse is done already. Cool. Demand index. Demand index is, you're asking about the Aurochs trading. Demand index is when more and more users are coming in and getting exciting again, and the volume is increasing and all that. It's just telling you that when it crosses over zero, it's like the momentum shift. We're shifting into like when the green arrows or green candles rather than red candles. So the momentum is shifting into people buying rather than people selling. That's what the demand index is telling us. And like I said, it's one of the most important ones to watch because it's so simple, but people miss it. Libras unite. Randy, does Aurochs disclose what metrics the IA is looking? No, they don't. And it's very smart that they don't. Or else everybody else will be copying. You didn't miss completely another sacrifice stage for another token. I don't know. God, Simba, you're salty, bro. And you get a copy on Pulse Chain for any IM you hold on BNB. Okay. Is RH wrong about 11K and Prey? No. Even Gareth Hathaway, I think his name is. I watched a video of his today, and he's a big time Bitcoin guy, and he still thinks that Bitcoin could go over the next week or two. It could go up to 25,000. But then after 25,000, he thinks it could dip all the way back down to 16, 17. That's what he's saying. So, yeah. But Richard just still thinks it's 11. Thank you to Tom. Seen that earlier today. Nobody is buying Hedron for the auctions, huh? Well, I think they are. I mean, I've purchased 1 billion in the last week of Hedron. It's not a ton, I know. It's like $4,000, but I'm sure there's other people buying a lot more. Then there's the people who don't care about the auctions, who are just selling. Yeah, the election is on a full moon. We got the lunar eclipse the day before. Markets don't like full moons. Can you imagine the mayhem that could happen that night? Oh my God. Or the day after when people find out that their guy didn't win the election. Oh my God. I'm glad I'm not in the US. Sorry, new to crypto terminology. What is a dead kitty drop? Dead cat bounce. That's what I just call that. If you look it up, dead cat bounce, it just means that the market's going up, but in reality, it's going to take a crap right afterwards. They catch us getting long again, hoping the market's going to go up, and then boom, we get slapped. I predict riots. Hex Bear, I totally agree. I think it's going to get bonkers. I think once the infrastructure is in place, crypto may shift towards a better UI and apps. Yeah, it's happening now. What I saw today at the conference was nuts. I was totally thrilled. I'm like, wow, this is great. I haven't been to a crypto conference since pre-COVID. So then this morning, my friend messaged my wife. He's like, "Hey, you guys want to come today? I got free tickets for you guys." Like, looked at each other and said, "Yeah, definitely. Let's go say hi. We haven't shook hands in a while." Flips and fish. Does a dead cat bounce when dropped? Same thing happens on charts. Fomohexual. That's a funny name. KG is with internet money. That's what it is. Internet money. Didn't top out. I was thinking more so liberal riots after Red win. Yeah. Yeah. Randy Hilarski. Gareth Soloway. That's his name. He's predicting a dead cat bounce that, we could have a nice run up before the elections and then boom, right after. So I kind of agree with him. Mudhogs, long bacon and beans. It's not a bad thing to be long on. Crypto Daily put out a ratio challenge on Twitter and Hexo won. So he called a cult. So he called a cult for RH on BitBoy's channel today. Nick Boom. I used to work for Crypto Daily, the company where he came from. I was one of the writers on Crypto Daily. And when he left the company, he took the name with him because he was one of the founders. But yeah, Crypto Daily UK was the website and all the social media channels. But he was the live show or the recorded show. And he went with that brand. So there was constant battles in the background you guys didn't see. He's such a jerk, that guy. Best way to stake HEX if you need liquidity. Hedron, Icosa, 55.55. Yep. I haven't staked yet, and I know I'm missing out, but I have commitment issues and don't want to fuck up. G Chambers, it's okay. It's okay. Just remember, though, if you say you have 100,000 HEX, which right now it's $5,000, you take that 100,000 HEX and you split it up, and maybe you put 90% of it into an Icosa and you sell it for Icosa, or put it into a HSI stake. And then you take 10,000 of that and you stake it 55.55 and as a native stake on HEX. Therefore, you can't touch it because the weakest point in all of this is us. And that's why I still use the hex.com to stake some of my HEX. Even though I love what we have with the HSI stakes, it's just too tempting to sell those, to tokenize them and sell them for Icosa. And just stake the Icosa. I think that Icosa is great, but that's not what HEX was intended for. I think the true wealth is going to be those who still stake their HEX, because that's a serious commitment. Oh, Altcoin Daily. Oh, okay, sorry. Well, Crypto Daily is a dick too. Altcoin Daily is two brothers, and they're special. They don't like Richard. They got a thing for Richard. Yes, do the HSI, but if you got a decent amount, I would punt out 15 years using the hex.com. Can't get my head around Icosa and Hedron yet. Old man brain syndrome. Mr. J, no problem. I just did the deep dive on it, and I love how it works. So I think it's really good, really beneficial for the HEX ecosystem. For the people, who are saying that they can't, maybe they don't want to do, like G Chamber says, doesn't really trust it. He'd rather be able to have the opportunity to sell the stake. Go for it. Me, I know I have weak hands, but I know what a long stake can do for me, right? $400 turned into 150 grand. That was nice. That felt really good. So that's because I wasn't able to unstake it. All right, everyone. I hope you're doing great. I will not be back until Sunday night. Like I said, tomorrow night at the Quinceanera, Randy's going to party and have some fun with the wife and the kid and celebrate a 15th birthday. All right. Cheers.